Hi again. We're back today with another reading because last night's helped me so much and I want to get in the zone today. So I was thinking to myself what I was feeling called to make space for today. And yeah, I think last night's love reading kind of brought back this easeful creative energy for me, which I feel like was evading me the whole last week when I was kind of in a low. And now I'm going to ride that wave by kind of diving in deeper about my own art and uh, where I want it to go and what I want to put energy into till the end of the year. Because I've talked about being an artist, I think, quite a bit. Um, And I think some root causes of my low week were some hidden parts of me that still subscribe to beliefs that I no longer identify with. So my creative process and my art is very emotional for me. Everything I do is very emotional, actually. So I lead with that. And I love that about myself. I think if there's one thing I know, it's how to feel. And these days, that seems to be a superpower. But it can get hard when the feelings are big and they're not good. And that's what I want to get into with my art because, yeah. Um, I think my art really does a good job of embodying my light feminine side. I made a friend through the page named Alex, my Instagram, actually. And he reached out and we became friends. And he made a joke that it gives Dora the Explorer vibes. And I totally do feel that when I'm like uh, being creative in one way. But then there's a lot of darkness in there too that I really want to express because I think when I don't express it, it comes out, it leaks out in ways that don't impact my life the way I want it to. Yeah. I love these tarot sessions because I started them on live so that I could carve this space for myself. And now I'm getting a lot of answers from them. So I want to keep following that. And I want to not neglect my art while I'm like focusing on a lot of YouTube output. So let's get into it. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about the card on um, the thumbnail of this video. It's perfect. It is every single time, but it's the Emperor. Check him out. Look at that king. What do you feel from him? So I don't always approach tarot by asking like, what do I need to see or like what could I embody or what I have to change. But I am right now just because of like having that low week with my art specifically. So when I did that like pull for the thumbnail, I was thinking it's just going to be something perfect for what I need to see, what lesson I learned from that hard week, and it was. This is the Emperor. And I said it's giving like it's time to heal our daddy issues because I have processed that. Yeah, some of the things that I am half operating under that I no longer subscribe to is kind of just equating my worth to productivity. Because it kind of kills creativity. Um, it feels really good to be productive for sure. And I'm a Capricorn. sun and rising. So I love to just grind away at a goal with like everything I've got. But sometimes the old beliefs that made that fun for me no longer resonate. Yeah. Okay, but let me read the Emperor to you. The Bodhisattva of wisdom. In one hand, he holds a sword to destroy illusions. And in the other hand, the text of perfect wisdom, world domination, power, destroyer of illusions, authority, spiritual and financial ally, stability, power of wisdom, protector, respect for the laws of the universe. The reason I say it's giving time to heal our daddy issues is because the Emperor, when I read from my deck, it gives me the energy of a divine masculine that is masculine in a certain way that I used to have some wounds around. So maybe it's not daddy issues, maybe it's healing your masculine energy or something like that. But all of them are kind of rooted in the same thing for me. Issues with authority, issues with connecting my spiritual and financial allies, some issues with stability, not fearing my protector, respecting laws of the universe. And now I'm a huge practitioner, and I feel like I've put decent time into healing my masculine side, but I feel like this was another little wake-up call. Last night. No, I didn't. I'll put it back in the deck so we can. Okay. But yeah, I think this reading, because I lead emotionally with everything, I think this reading is going to help more than just artists or other people trying to get in touch with their creative side. I think this is also more deeply a reading about self-worth and alignment. I don't think I really have questions. I think I have apologies to make. So I feel like we haven't even gotten into the cards, and I'm already aware of that. Yeah. So before I even start, I'm getting that message of the answer is always inside you. That's why you make art. That's why you like to make art. That's why. Oh, light already. Will you show yourself? And ask chat if you want me to pull a card for you. Sorry, it excites me to see somebody, even though I see 0 people now, but I saw but what was I saying? Yeah, the answer's inside you all along. That's why you make art. So you can remember who you are. And if you feel lost from that, you just need to start again. Make it right now in this moment. Maybe it's the moment is the art that you have to make. Because maybe you're already a practicing artist. Maybe you're already great with your craft. You have a routine that has that in which you practice your craft every day. Maybe it's just it's just part of the cycle that you know already, that you can just get through emotionally. So What is the key to being yourself in this situation? Six of Cups. I don't get anything like immediately. Let's see if you do. What is the key to being yourself in this situation? Sun, one stream. Oh. Sorry, I got something that says more than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream to the primary ingestion URL and one stream. What does that even mean? Okay, technical difficulties. 1 second. No. 1 sec, 1 sec. How? How do I do this? I need backup. Okay, well, I don't know, so I hope it works. Poor. The hell? Sorry. I don't get it. Is this working? I don't freaking get it. Should I end this? I'm gonna keep it, whatever. If you don't see it, it wasn't meant for you. But I like this one, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Okay, Six of Cups. I don't think anything came up for me right away. What's the key to being yourself in the situation / how can you be your most authentic self? Cups. Six of Cups. Sorry, I'm reading Encountering Oneself. Visions of the past, childhood memories, forgiveness, innocence, finding a new way. I'm just going to take that in. That was, wow. I didn't remember, first of all, the concepts behind this card. I didn't get anything when I looked at it, but when I read it, that was exactly, yeah. That is how I make art. I always say I make art to time travel. I also time travel to make art because I'm like going back and forth on my own timeline, like deep into my childhood, like way into my future, manifesting my dreams. And then also like even farther out for like humanity's timeline, like post-apocalyptic, like post-anthropic world. Like what is it like after humans are no longer the center of it? How do we construct ideals and hopes and emotions we want to have by zooming in and out of the timeline like that, and forgiving yourself and tapping into the childlike wonder again that you sometimes feel like you lost. Sometimes you feel like, oh my God, like the trauma is so great. Like, will it ever not be a part of me anymore? Am I just like this forever? But then in reality, you've always got that little child inside. You always have the ability to go back and see things through that lens. All your memories, you can go back and heal all of them. Healing is possible. And let's do that. So if the last week was hard for me and I need to heal, let's heal. It's going to feel so good. It's going to be like this, like putting on some nice music and hanging out with people that feel you and getting creative about like not just how I spend my time, but what experience I have and where I'm going to travel and who I want to meet. Like, what is my next friend like? What is my next meeting with an old friend going to be like? Like, all these things. Huh. What a cute message. Innocence, visions of the past, finding a new way. Yeah, I think with us timeline artists, sometimes it might seem like we're lost in the past or lost in the future or just not present. But really, we're finding a new way from time traveling. And it's okay to reflect and keep telling yourself the stories you like if it's producing fertile grounds for new stories that you love more. What is here to help us on our way to our goal? What means, allies, resources are here to help? The Knight of Cups. I already know. I remember this sly guy on his peacock. Him, I love the colors, how nice they look, and he looks like really suave. It's like, come, join me. And the peacock has really pretty colors too. And I remember like it's kind of like charm and beauty, creativity, like all these feel good things are here to help me on the way to my goal. Finally, in that hard week, I was pulling a lot of like difficult things here to help me. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess like Knight of Cups. Charisma. Feeling, imagination, beauty, creativity. Feeling. Remember what I said at the beginning? If there's one thing I know, it's how to feel. So even if I feel something bad, this is still here to help me. I can charm it. I can dress it how I want. I can tap into my dark feminine side with it. I can tap into my villain era with it. Like, I do feel a little rebellious sometimes when I lean into like the part of me that is an artist. I feel like Yeah, it's not all just light here. We're protesting. This is an act of rebellion. Are you with it or nah? Okay, Knight of Cups. Love that. Oh my gosh. I love what world this is putting me into. Because, like, I'm already, like, getting visions of the past that are, like, helping me channel this version of myself and follow this version of myself through her story of my whole life and not this other version that's, like, needs some love too, but not one that I'm feeling I want to identify with as much. What action will prove helpful for me on the way to my goal? Knight of Swords. Hell yeah. I would love to feel free like him flying on a huge eagle like that. Is that an eagle? It's a phoenix with a snake coming out his hand. Oh my gosh. Year of the snake. Holy year of the snake. Knight of Swords. What action would prove helpful on the way to your goal? See how free he looks? Or what do you see? Do you see neutralize poisonous emotions? Oh my God. Me. Quick thinking, ambition, action, planning for success. Okay, like, how's that not going to help anybody? But for me right now, yes, because I think, okay, if you were like in my life the past week when I was going through a hard time, I think, and maybe you didn't know these deeper things about me, I think you would be confused because from the outside, it looks like nothing's changed. Like the plan is going. Sometimes I get results, sometimes I don't, but I know what I want. I have this dream. My dream has already happened. Others have become more creative because of the spaces that I've created. Like, what could be wrong? But there were poisonous emotions there because in a lot of ways I was building, and not planning for success because of some emotional issues. And just maybe like being used to playing small or not being seen for who I really am, not being recognized. But what's here to help me? Action, ambition, planning for success. Like, turn that around. Quick thinking, neutralize poisonous emotions. Okay. One cool thing I'm getting out of this that I hope you can get to if you're struggling particularly or just emotionally in any way right now is I'm getting from neutralize poisonous emotions. I'm getting like, I know what that means for me. I know what poisonous emotions mean for me. And if I see the last week as a blessing, I would see that as a chance for me to understand those poisonous emotions a bit more. Because sometimes when you're not feeling it, like, it's not a problem, you know? Like, don't fix it if it's not broken, too. But if it's broken and you're feeling it and you're bleeding, it sucks. But at least, like, think of the glow up you'll have, and also think of, like, what you're going to understand about yourself after this, or the resilience. And okay, but to contextualize onto me, I know I have these poisonous emotions. I know they come up cyclically for me. I think if I ask myself how to neutralize them, like, what answer is it within me that knows how to immediately neutralize? I think what comes up is I'm a feeler. I'm emotional, but I don't have to be reactive. But that does mean feeling everything. And so maybe instead of reacting to the emotion in a way that doesn't serve me, I can react to it in a different way and maybe use that energy to produce some art. Yes, that's the answer, because whenever I made a big jump in healing or even hit rock bottom or something, a big like nugget that helps me is a deeper acceptance of my emotions and these like big feelings that ultimately make me who I am, but were once something I was really afraid of, and I thought were the problem in the way of all the success. But actually, I think if I lead with it, I will find the success. So neutralizing poisonous emotions for me means the next time this comes up, these negative beliefs and terrible self-image and self-harming ideas around my own productivity and capability in my art, in my life, I need to tap into my dark feminine and kind of just like move a little bit slower and speak a little less to keep that like energy and power to speak to myself and make what I want to create and put that into art and give that to people who can see it and see me and to make them feel seen. That would be neutralizing a poisonous emotion for me, because there's still a place for that poisonous emotion. Because that neutralization is what I call healing, and how I heal through making art, and how I believe my art can heal others, because I will show this process and then you can either get inspired from it or relate to your own journey, or at the very least know that if she can do that towards what she wants, I can do it towards what I want. What needs to change on the way to our goal? Interesting. The Hanged Man. Interesting. Okay, check out his vibe. He's hanging, he's not stressed. He's not worried about what the address is or where should I turn next or what's going on. He's like hanging out. And it's funny because my partner gets this card a lot, and between the two of us, I would say he is more masculine and he's more go, and he's movement, and I can be both stillness and movement. So he gets this card a lot, and I'm always like, period. Like, you need to just hang. You need to like trust the process and not think. But now I'm getting it, and I feel like that reads a lot, because I was kind of going against my flow the past weeks and like saying, I guess, some harmful thoughts I would say to myself, or like wishing certain qualities to be exactly not what they are in me. Like this is like one of my best qualities, creating from a good feeling, not stressing out, like not living in survival mode, making art. Like what needs to change on the way to my goal is all those things, those hidden parts, those things that came out from that week that show that I'm not embracing this gift that I have. To give you a deeper idea, not just my partner, but my father, which is why I say healing these daddy issues. They're both very accomplished and driven men, very productive, very successful. And I think being raised by him and maybe he wasn't as aware of the emotional environment. I just internalized those qualities in such an odd way, letting them create self-worth issues and attachment issues. And I had some big moments of healing this year that kind of helped me heal my daddy issues in a certain way I didn't expect, which, I thought that I would probably heal that throughout my lifetime with continuous reprogramming, defining new beliefs, EFT, maybe something like that. But actually there were really profound, mental visualizations that kind of unlocked layers to that father wound that I had. I'll give you an example. I was taking something out on my partner and I noticed the emotion just didn't match the situation. So I did some timeline work on myself on the spot when I was upset, knowing that it might be very powerful because I was upset. So those emotions bring up that neural pathway of memory. And I was like, when was the first time, what was the beginning origin of this story? And I remember going back as a child to a very similar situation. It was nighttime too, before bed with my dad, developing this attachment issue through trying to seek love from him when my dad was busy, he needs to go to bed and stuff. And I was like, whoa, I see it, the pattern playing out in real life. And the crazy part is my dad was there for me. He answered my call for love and connection when I gave it. And most of the time, and yet I still was able to develop some daddy issues. No one can meet all of your needs ever, even your parents, who sometimes we fall into the script that they're supposed to. But yeah, I think this plays a role in my art because my art is basically, Niche World is basically a thrival mode world. It's what it would look like. It's an alternative history. Okay. It's via futurism. It's what we would look like if we didn't have to heal from all these things. If none of us were in survival mode. And yeah, so maybe sometimes when it's getting to me, I see more layers, deeper layers that could use some healing around what belief do I actually subscribe to? If I can still feel ashamed for creating such a beautiful space for myself, there's I could be kinder, I could protect my art the way I would protect my friends. I would never let someone speak poorly of my friend's art. Well, there's genuine critique, but I would see my friend how my friend wants to be seen, and I would see their creative expression for, the creative expression. Nothing, not for me to consume, but for you to explore, to be free. Wow. Let's read the Hanged Man just to like. The Bodhisattva of purification. Meditation is a gift to the self that purifies us and makes us see things from a different point of view. Pause, waiting, reflection, inaction, rest, change in perspective. Mantra, surrender to spirituality, sacrifice, meditation. Okay, it's cool because like my deck doesn't give, it gives a different energy to me than what I was describing by the dude that could just hang, you know? It actually is giving, he looks like he's just hanging, having fun, but he's actually being really wise by going inward, like I said earlier, reflecting, pause, inaction, rest, allowing his change in perspective to come from himself and from within. Surrender to spirituality. Huh. That also ties in with some stuff that was helping me about like dark feminine energy when I said like moving a bit slower. The Hanged Man is giving me insights on how stillness, moving slower, pausing, waiting, inaction, reflecting, resting, that kind of change in perspective and direction. That is one that I have a lot of access to. I feel like I'm quite good at it when I remember. And so maybe being like, I'm seeing being emotionally reactive for me is kind of not pausing to reflect on the feeling that I'm feeling, that special guidance system that I have that I want to like create with, make art with, but also create like a life I experience that I want to have. So I'm getting from the Hanged Man is I don't have to be like sad that I have to channel some Hanged Man energy or some dark femme energy, because it's actually very fun. And it's actually something I do know how to do that will ground me back into myself. And I think the cool thing that stillness or pausing or going slower allows you is the ability to change your mind or change your direction, or just like edit those manifestations, if that makes any sense. So, whoa, I'm seeing a huge link for myself. Okay, one of the things that I have core wounds around that I can tell just from like how I feel in little situations when I see this trait about myself reflected back to me, and also like core moments in childhood. But one thing I am healing is my relationship with my own slowness. I've always had to just comfort myself about it because I was so criticized and insulted and told negative things about it. In today's society, it's not valuable to go slow all the time. But with what I'm trying to do with my art, maybe that's exactly why I'm like this. This is just all confirmation that I am on the path that I want to go on. I hope you're getting this confirmation too. I really don't think you need to be an artist. I think everyone's life is their art. Even artists. It's not a painting. It's like we like to paint because of the stillness it gives us, the flow that we get to be in, the experience of painting, you know. Oh, shoot. What is your goal? What is the karma to be burned in making my art? What am I even going for? Why art? Like, this is why. The Ace of Cups is why, okay? I think it's gift giving, which, like, it's a big thing I realized that I feel like the reason that I'm an artist. Oh, it's not. But I mean, same. Balance, natural harmony, love, new relationships, compassion, empathy. What is the goal? What is the karma to be burned? Balance, natural harmony, love, new relationships, compassion, empathy. Whoa, wait, I got something else from that. Oh my God, hey, 2 people are here. What's coming towards me? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I missed your question. I didn't see it till now. Wait, I feel like I'll pull you a separate one, but I feel like we can all enjoy this. Balance, natural harmony, love, new relationships, compassion, empathy. I don't know if it reads for you, but for me, I just pulled this thinking about what the goal is with my art. And it totally recentered me because it's the same as like why I wanted to start social media. It's not to just be famous. It's like there's a world I want to build for myself that if I don't build it, I will just like not, I don't know. I don't want to be dark, but I wouldn't want to live here if I couldn't build my world, you know? It's not doing so hot sometimes. But yeah, yeah. What is the goal? What is the karma to be burned? It's Miij World, a world where we have restored balance from this like apocalyptic world sometimes. I feel like we're a little bit off balance, not to get too political right now, but like we're a little bit like patriarchal in a colonial way and white supremacist and kind of just intense. Uh, we're leaning away from love, compassion, and empathy. And I don't want to like promote anyone. I want balance and I want natural harmony. And from that love, new relationships, compassion, empathy. And I'm definitely creating that for myself with the art I make and the message I try to put out. But yeah, I don't see Cinderella Rudzinski. I don't see anyone watching anymore. So I'm sorry I missed your question while you were here, but I hope that, you come back or something, or you can watch it because I'm pull you one. Oh, wait. What's coming for Cinderella? Oh. Ooh. Judgment. Oh, okay. First, you can experience her and tell me what you feel from that. She looks regal AF. I love the Judgment card. She's giving goddess. But okay, wait, before I even read my little booklet, I'm thinking like what's coming for you is like stepping into your calling in a certain way or stepping into your power. I feel like you've got your shit together. Correct me if I'm wrong. But now is just like another phase of leveling up for you. Let me read it. Judgment card. Okay. The Bodhisattva of compassion. Transcendence through compassion that enables one to embrace the divine call. Wow. Vocation, calling, becoming a guru. Yes. Giving life. Good news. Deep desire. Project for the present and future. Thrust towards the light. Really good things are coming to you. Really good things. I feel like it's work related, like a raise or money out of nowhere or an opportunity that you've been wanting. Also, I feel like it's going to feel so good for you to make this reads for me as well. It's going to feel so good for us to make this transition into like our calling. It's actually more fun than we fear it is right now. I love that. Wait, if you watch this back, can you comment or tell me if that did something for you? I'm so curious. I could go off guessing so much more, but I feel very happy from that reading. I'm going to see if I have any questions. Wait, let me put that in the chat for you. In case, I don't know. I feel happy. Okay. I'm going to pull a few more just to answer some yes or no questions for myself. And then I'm going to close it. I didn't even ask a question yet, but I got an answer. 6 of Wands. You might remember this card if you watch any of my other ones. Law, self-confidence, public recognition, success. I should just end it there. I love you. Have a good night.